Nancy, I've got to warn you, I'm not in the mood for an interview today.
Oh, this isn't an official visit. I thought I made that clear when I called. Oh, Deborah, you've got a green thumb, I can see, huh? Hey, this apartment is fun. I love it. Look, please, don't worry. I'm here as a friend.
Well, you do cover the police beat, you know. I've got a good headline for you if you want it. Monticello's first woman detective suspended.
I'm sure it's not that simple.
Well, Nancy, I mean, what could be simpler? Chief Mallory decided, in his wisdom, that I wasn't competent enough to work anymore, so he suspended me for 2 weeks. So, anyway, here I am, doing my housework. Come on, sit down.
Cute.
All sorts of little domestic things.
That's a pretty color. Yeah, I had heard that you were grounded for a couple of weeks, but I understood that it was for health reasons.
You mean the chief didn't say anything about a man named Earl Stokes taking my gun away from me?
No. No, he didn't. You be careful. You're starring the reporter in me.
Oh, no. That's not what I want. I don't need a reporter right now. Oh, Nancy. I need a friend. Look, I've got a decision I've got to make. I don't know what to do. I'm really glad you came.
What's happening?
Owen is leaving his wife. He's separating from Nola. He's going to be going to California without her. Wants me to go with him.
I see.
And I think I want to go.
Well, what about your job?
My job? What job? I'm suspended for 2 weeks. I wouldn't have even been available for California if it hadn't been for what Nola... Look, I went to headquarters, and I had a suspect I had to interview, a guy I ordered brought in. And I seem to have gotten a little careless at work.
Oh, is he the one who took your gun away?
Yeah, he took it away all right. I guess in my frame of mind, I shouldn't have been dealing with criminals, but that's what Chief Mallory said after he saved the day.
He saved the day? Really? That's news. Oh, all right. I know this is not for publication.
Yeah, Chief Mallory saved me all right. And he turned around and decided I needed some time off.
And so now Owen wants you to spend that time with him, huh?
Yes.
Deborah, are you sure about their separation?
Yeah, I'm absolutely sure. I don't know how it happened, but Owen has definitely made up his mind.
But you haven't made up your mind yet, have you?
No. But then I think maybe that's a way for me to find out how I feel about him. Just to go away, be alone with him. Just away from Monticello, away from my job, away from...
From Steve?
Look, Nancy, you told me that I ought to wait until Owen makes an independent decision about Nola. Well, he's made it. So, don't you think the next step is up to me?
Most definitely the next step is up to you.
Oh, you're right, Mike. I'll just have to fight this one out with Nelson myself.
Draper, are you feeling any better today?
Yeah, I feel fine. Well, a little down. And I should apologize for the way I behaved at dinner last night, Mike.
You've got nothing to apologize for.
Oh, yes, I do. I was feeling mighty sorry for myself last night about losing that job in New York. And believe me, I'm just as glad that the whole thing is finished.
Well, it's definitely settled, all right. Even before David Henson gets back from his European holiday.
Yeah, and that's what burns me up, Mike. The fact that Henson knew that they were going to pick somebody else. And he had to be in on it, Mike, before he left on his trip because they used a unanimous vote there.
It does seem likely, Draper.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted you to know that I'm all finished feeling sorry for myself. All done. And you're not going to hear another word from me about Seward, Paxton, or Whiteside.
Good.
Unless, of course, we should have some litigation against them. And boy, would I love that.
The chances of that happening are pretty slim, Draper.
Oh, I know, Mike. But I would like it to happen. I'd like to walk into court one morning and hear that my opponent's name was Henson. You know, Mike, there's still one more thing I have to do. I have to find out what that man has against me.
That may be one of those things you can never find out, Draper.
Are you sure? Look, Mike, you talked with him, man. What's he like? Is he a phony, a hypocrite? What?
Well, our encounter was a little too brief for me to form a solid judgment about the man, but he did seem unhappy about his actions and willing to make up for them. At least I thought he was willing that night. Now, frankly, I'm just as surprised as you are that the man was apparently insincere. Maybe I'm not a good judge of character.
No, Mike. It's just hard to judge a man who has two faces. Now, there's one more thing I'm going to do, Mike. When Henson gets back from his trip, he's going to have a visitor. Me. I'm going to see what the man has to say for himself.
Do you really think that's worth doing?
Yes, I do, Mike. You see, there's a mystery somewhere here. And I'm going to find out who done it.
Now, this one, madam, is not only ever so lovely, it's also practical, since the lady, meaning me, can wear it after she has the baby.
It's absolutely adorable, darling.
I'll tell you, I never knew maternity clothes could be this pretty.
And I can't believe that you got those at McGrath's.
Yeah, I thought I'd have to go to Omar the tent maker.
Where could that be? Maybe it's Jenny. Let me go check.
Okay, I'll be right down.
Jenny? Jenny, is that you? What you...
Good afternoon, darling. I hope you don't mind a visit from your husband.
I really don't understand why Oscar didn't announce you, Elliot.
Now, why should he announce someone who lives here? Oh, I do live here, you know. At least as far as Oscar and the rest of the world is concerned. Actually, I was a bit surprised when he simply let me walk by him.
He shouldn't have done that. It isn't right.
Oh, you needn't worry, Margot. After today, I promise I will never darken your elevator door again.
Just the same, I'm going to give him a good talking to.
No, you won't. Because you know that Oscar will have the good word all over this building, if not this city, within the next 24 hours, and you wouldn't want that, would you?
Well, maybe you're right. All right, I won't say anything to Oscar if you will give me your word that you will never come to this apartment without my invitation, which I might add will never be forthcoming.
How trim you look. Oh, believe me, Margot, if it hadn't been for the fact that I'd forgotten some of my clothes, the lightweight stuff I'd left in the closet up there. April, I didn't know you were here. How lovely you look.
Thank you.
I see you bought a new wardrobe. Hey, that must be a maternity wardrobe. You know, I haven't had a chance to congratulate April and Draper on their baby.
Margot, I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I have to get back to the studio and do that
Please,
program.
April, don't leave because of me. I won't be long, I promise. I just have to pack a few things. Actually, I'm glad of the opportunity to see you. I've been wanting to talk to you for some time.
Talk to me about what?
Well, about that unfortunate evening when you had your little accident.
Accident? You mean the evening when you left her lying on the floor unconscious?
April, I just want you to know that I realized at once your injury was not serious and that I knew your mother was going to be back any minute to take care of you.
Elliot, really, it doesn't matter right now.
Well, your good opinion matters to me, April.
Elliot, why don't you just get what you came for and leave?
You mean you don't even want to hear about my movie career?
Quite frankly, no.
You know, Margot, you may have given up a movie idol when you gave me up. You sure you don't want to reconsider?
My dear friend, I think that is perhaps the wisest decision I ever made in my life.
Somehow I thought you would feel that way. Anyway, we don't know if it's going to be successful yet. Owen Madison has still to find a distributor. Oh. Until then, we'll just have to wait anxiously and patiently to see if a new star is born.
Oh, and what are you going to do to fill the empty hours while you wait?
Margot, I didn't know you cared.
Well, you are right, I don't.
Well, seeing you asked, I was thinking of taking a little vacation after all my hard work.
I hope it is far, far away.
As a matter of fact, I was thinking of a Caribbean island. I was going to lie there and soak up some sunshine while the rest of you await the oncoming winter. I'll think of you. Very nice seeing you again, April. Give my best regards to Draper.
Honey, suddenly I need a drink.
Daddy, where were you?
I was making some arrangements to have Eddie's body shipped back home.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, God, how awful for you. These past 48 hours must seem like an absolute nightmare.
It's been worse than a nightmare, I tell you. I don't know. Nothing seems real to me. Maybe nothing is real, huh?
No. Something's very real.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Brian told me the truth about Uncle Eddie, about what happened 25 years ago.
I'm so glad. Yeah, I wanted Brian to be the one to tell you,
Well, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I couldn't believe that Nola had lied to you about Brian, about your being Brian's father. Just to hold on to you, to keep you obligated to her.
Well, now we know that what Eddie was trying to tell Brian that night, the night of the fire. I'm sure he was going to tell him the truth, Paige.
I think he would have told us the truth a long time ago. But he didn't know about us. He didn't. And because he came here after we decided to keep away from each other.
Well, I guess you're free now, huh?
Yes. I'm very happy. I wonder if it isn't awful to feel this way when Uncle Eddie's gone.
Come on, of course not. He always wanted you to be happy. Both of you. He always loved you when you were kids. I guess he had a special affection for Brian that he never got a chance to reveal. Until now. He left him some money, you know. Well, not a lot of it. I guess his real legacy was the truth.
He left you the same legacy.
Yes, he did.
What are you going to do about it?
Something I should have done a long time ago. Make some arrangement to bury this marriage.
Come in. Well, I see you've had a nice long talk with your father.
My father?
Okay, go ahead and say it. Tell me what a monster I am. Or can't you think of words that are vile enough? You never did have a gift for bad language, Brian.
I don't think there are words that can describe what I feel.
Would you feel better if you struck me? Go ahead. Do what Owen didn't have the nerve to do. Go ahead, slap me in the face, Brian. You can all take turns. You can all just stone the old witch to death.
Mom, listen to me. I'm not going to throw any stones. I'm not going to judge you for something that happened 25 years ago.
Things were so different then. You can't possibly know how things were with me then. I was nobody. Nothing.
And is that how you decided to become somebody, Mom? By lying to somebody just to help your career?
Brian, don't be cruel, please. I'd rather you struck me in the face than to think that. It wasn't because of my career. I loved your father.
Which father?
Oh, you know I don't mean Eddie. Eddie was very close to me then. It's obvious, isn't it? He was in love with me. And I needed someone to love me without making demands on me.
Yes, well, that certainly was Eddie, wasn't it? A very devoted slave, grateful for any favors.
Eddie was a very kind, gentle human being. He knew that I loved Owen. He understood Brian.
And so he made a big sacrifice for you, didn't he? He went along with your lie just so you could get what you wanted.
Look, I didn't want Eddie Vaughn's baby. Oh, darling, darling, please don't take it that way. I loved you, Brian. I loved you from the minute I held you in my arms.
Oh, yes. But it was much easier to love me if you thought of me as Owen Madison's son, wasn't it? If he thought of me that way.
I wanted us to be a family, all of us.
Except for Paige. You never wanted her in the family, did you, Mom? Paige didn't belong. As a matter of fact, we were both intruders, weren't we?
Brian, listen to me, please. I know I was wrong. I've admitted it. I've said it to your father 100 times.
Eddie Vaughn was my father, Mom. Did you ever admit you were wrong to him?
I didn't love Eddie. Would it have been better if I'd spent my life with a man I didn't love? Would you have wanted to be raised in a household like that, Brian? That would have been a far greater lie.
Mom, why can't you see I'm not blaming you for a decision you made then? I have no right.
Oh, my darling, thank you, my darling Brian.
What I blame you for, Mom, is the decision you made now. The decision you made 3 years ago.
But what could I have done, Brian?
You could have told the truth then, when you knew Paige and I would... What's it, goodness? You had your chance, Mom, and you didn't take it. You just couldn't give up your little lie.
Darling, how could I have said anything? It would have been the end for Owen and me. The end of this family.
And the beginning of a new family, maybe.
No, that was wrong. It's still wrong. Paige was raised as your sister. What does it matter who fathered who?
It matters a lot, Mom.
I did it for your sake, too, Brian. Not just for mine.
You liar. You did it for yourself, Mom. You're the one that drove me out of this house 3 years ago. Not Dad, it was you.
I didn't want you to leave. Why couldn't she have been the one?
Oh, yes. You would have preferred to have driven Paige out of your life, wouldn't you, Mom?
Out of yours, Brian. She's not right for you. You want her because she's so unattainable. That's all it is.
I want Paige because I love her, Mom.
And me. Don't I mean anything to you anymore?
I have to leave now, Mom. Paige is waiting for me downstairs.
Brian, don't leave me like this, please. I'm your mother.
Well, the chief wouldn't mind, would he, if you went out tomorrow? I mean, I need you and Steve to do us a huge favor.
Me and Steve?
Uh-huh. Steve said, I've already talked to him, that it wouldn't be bad with him if you didn't mind. But he also mentioned that you might have a slight allergy to weddings.
Weddings? Why? Who's getting married?
Brian and I.
What?
Tomorrow? Yep, it's perfectly legal, you know. We both have the same last name, but it's okay because we're not really related, and we know that for sure. So, Deborah?
I don't know what to say. Are you two eloping or what?
Oh, no, we're not running away from anything. We're running towards something. To happiness, I hope.
This is incredible. And you want me and Steve to be witnesses?
Witnesses, best man, maid of honor. I don't care what you call it, so long as you'll be there. I'll settle for friends. But we're going over to Evansville tomorrow to get a justice of the peace. We've already got the license, and the blood test will be valid tomorrow. So will you do it, please?
Yeah, of course I will. I'd be happy to, Paige. Very.
Great.
Dear Owen, by the time you read this, I'll be on my way to the airport. I need a rest and a change. I'm going to find myself some Caribbean hideout and lie in the sun and try to get over the terrible chill in this house. I didn't stop to say goodbye because you've already said it. But I still hope that when you return from Hollywood, you may realize how much we still need each other. That you may change your mind about the young woman who has truly bewitched you, Owen. In fact, I know you'll change your mind.